What's up? What's up? This is Jamie Beasley coming at you with we don't really have a name for the podcast just yet. It's
No
in the
name.
works. It's in the works. On the other end of the mic is,
Sean Thomas. Sean Thomas, really.
how are you, bro?
I'm living, man. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Trying to get this studio working to bring the
Yeah.
listeners this quality content.
Indeed, man. I got like a nice little setup here. I don't know if they'll be able to see it. I got like the galaxy on my TV and stuff. Man, I'm living, bro. I'm living.
That's wicked. Fitness with the cosmos.
Yeah. Might have to be the name.
Science facts and fitness facts brought to you. That's that fitness on Mars, bro.
Yeah. For real. Out there in space. How's your training week been?
Good, man. Good. Got some DOMs. Wear that as a badge, you know. Nah, just messing. Training's going good, man. I'm healthy. I'm consistent. I'm eating well to fuel my performance. Everything's going good. How about you, man? How's
Yeah.
Temple
Oh,
Temple treating you?
Temple's dope, man. Temple BJJ in Phuket, Thailand. Shameless plug there.
Yeah,
um,
shout out.
shout out. I didn't warm my neck up, my responsibility enough during jiu-jitsu the other day, and I messed my neck up. So in this video, if you ever see me just stiff, you know why. I'm hooked up on painkillers. Say no to drugs, kids. But otherwise, yeah, I'm living, bro. I'm living. I want to lift something heavy though, man. I need to just pick something random up. Just like,
Lift some heavy shit.
just yeah.
Did you get a massage on your neck or anything?
No. I tried to give myself a little like massage, but the moment there's any pressure on it, it just cramps. It's just like I get a cramp in the side of my neck, and it's insane, bro. I've never had anything like it. It's insane. So it's like goes from absolutely no pain, and then that muscle just squeezes, and it's just like And can you imagine I'm mid conversation with someone just like, yeah, so it's been an absolutely beautiful it's just it's not a good look, bro. Just all turned to the side and stuff. So yeah, just protect your neck, bro.
Turning around like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I got to every
body
time look
turns.
behind me. I have to like turn body fully and look. Oh, okay, cool. It makes driving a bike really ridiculous, bro.
I
I'm
was
driving
just
with
about to
perfect
say.
posture. Perfect
Yeah.
posture. I'm just there on the bike, like.
When you're trying to check for traffic, you've got to do a full body look around.
Yeah. You would think I was trying to cross the road every time I got to turn left and right, because it's a complete like, okay, look right, look left. Okay, it's safe to turn. Bro, that's
Jiu-jitsu
honestly
is
the way
bad for your health.
No, it's just really good for traffic. Everybody would drive completely like safe with perfect posture.
If everyone's got broke necks.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's a lot better now, man. Looking to get back into it. I want to say tomorrow, but I don't want to say tomorrow.
Let's see. Is there training there on what are we, Thursday? Is there training there on Saturdays?
Yeah, we got a seminar thing going on Saturday. Because it's like the soft opening of the gym. They're
Okay.
just gonna do different seminars between jiu-jitsu, strength and conditioning, and yada yada yada. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that sounds wicked.
Yeah, man. You're
sounds
living your
wicked.
boring life in Bali, bro. Come over to Thailand.
There's no seminars out here, man. Just people giving spirituality a bloody whirl.
Oh yeah? Is
Yeah,
like
mate.
is that like a big thing in Bali?
Oh, huge, bro, huge.
Really, bro? Because I
Yeah.
know it's a big thing, but to be honest, I've actually seen a lot of fitness from Bali as well. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a bit balanced out.
Yeah, no, there's a good fitness scene out here. I'd say the area I'm in, Canggu, is like it's more fitness dominated. As you know, all the spiritual bloody gurus, they'd be in Ubud in the jungle usually.
Yeah, and that's the thing is because I mess with all that spiritual stuff. I'm an open mind. Like, tell me that stuff and let me think about it logically and see what I can get from it. But sometimes they just take it so far, bro. So far.
Yeah,
So
some
far.
people ram it down your throat.
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, you're a Sagittarius? Oh, that must mean blah, 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 blah. And you better
Stop
watch out
talking
for the
to you.
second moon. And yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell in your past lives, you did something really bad. It's like, what? And also another thing, I've got a little thing. Why is it that nobody's spirit animal is something that's useless? Like, why is no one an earthworm or like a dung beetle or something like that? Why is everyone like a lion and a wolf and a bear? Like, do you know what I mean?
Gotta make spirituality cool, man. You can't have a fucking
Yeah, gotta sell.
earthworm badge.
Yeah. Oh, I went on this trip and I was an earthworm and I just wriggled around in the mud and I felt so free.
Found myself. I was connected to the earth. Me and the earth were one being.
Earthworm, baby. Hashtag Earthworm Thursday.
All right, lad.
Oh.
What are we talking about today? What's going down?
All right, man. No, you hit it. You hit it. Come on now, man. I want to hear that
Okay.
voice. Come on, hit me.
Today, we are going to be talking about diets.
Damn, that voice, man.
Blame it on the mic. Blame it on the mic.
No, I'm gonna have to start talking at a lower decibel just to match you like somewhere.
Yeah. That sexy studio voice.
Yeah.
All right.
Hashtag
today.
Earthworm Thursday. All right, come on, bro. Sorry.
All right. Today, we are going to be talking about diets and extreme diets in particular, how they're probably not the solution to your problems. Trying to eliminate complete food groups or the things you enjoy will sort of go down that rabbit hole. It's probably not the answer. And if you can't even, eat a balanced diet where you eat 3 meals a day, drink your water, all that stuff, trying to be extreme, man, it's definitely not the solution you're looking for your problems.
I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna start it off by saying, I think you kind of hit the key on the topic. It's a point where, like, because for a lot of people who come to me for keto or any type of advanced diet, a lot of the times they haven't even really mastered eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm not even talking about to a point where breakfast, lunch, and dinner, calorie wise or macronutrients, as in carbs and proteins and fats, are in order. It's a case where they sometimes they're just like, oh, I forgot to have breakfast today. And it's like, so you're telling me that you can't schedule yourself to eat 3 meals that are like, ordinary, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner is like the basic. If you can't
Yeah.
at least get breakfast, lunch, and dinner in, not even talking about the numbers yet, just breakfast, lunch, and dinner, going to something as extreme as keto. And I mention keto a lot because it's been a trend. But
Yeah.
now, anytime I see weight loss involved, they're shouting keto. And it's like, ooh, okay, cool. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely on it's on everyone's radar now. I remember keto from, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was you'd find it in like bodybuilding forums
Mm.
and all that backyard, behind the scenes, fitness advice just coming straight out from the gym bros. And now it's as if, well, it is a fact that you've got these people with following and audiences and the ability to peddle these, extreme diet programs. And
Mm-hmm.
then because people don't know any different, they're trying it and they're being sold a lie, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because the biggest change in that is like, because it's like we say, they're trying to sell this, they're trying to sell something. And in order to sell something, if you're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner and you've over time gained weight, now for me to tell you to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and just make sure you control the calories isn't as sexy as me saying, no, you know where your problem is? You haven't had enough steak and eggs. Steak and eggs, steak and eggs, steak and eggs. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, you know?
Yeah.
And that's another. Sorry, go on, bro.
You've got people that are trying to do that extreme shit, man, and they don't even know what a calorie is.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's the thing is, how do you arrange if you don't have a professional helping you? Because even if you do have a professional helping you, eating to those diets are hard anyway. But if you don't have a professional helping you, how are you organizing what you eat to make sure it's reaching those numbers? Especially if you don't have any experience in doing it for your ordinary breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mm. Yeah. Exactly, man. You're pissing in the wind.
Mm. I love that phrase, pissing in the
Yeah.
wind, because it sounds
You,
like something that would actually be quite freeing.
but yeah, efforts are wasted, bro. It's going right back on you.
I don't know, man. It depends on what direction you, go with the wind.
Yeah, yeah, if you're angling.
You're angling. But yeah, no, you're right. And so many people waste their time. It's not even a case where you're wasting your time, because you might get these crazy results because maybe you accidentally did it in a way where you were completely under calories. Because I
Mm,
find like a lot of people who switch to vegetarian or vegan diets, and I'm gonna have to precursor this with, I believe that if you want to go vegan or vegetarian, you really should, because you're saving our planet. Thank you. But at the
don't have kids though. Don't have kids though. If you're gonna be a vegan, make sure you're backing that up from all aspects.
but at the same time, it's like if you switch to a vegan diet and you're like, yeah, now I've got all of this extra energy and blah blah. A lot of the time, you're finally getting the micronutrients, aka vitamins and minerals, that you just didn't get before. And then
Mm,
now that you're on a calorie deficit, because like for a lot of people I know, sometimes when they want to lose weight, it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna order the salad. And most salads, unless they're covered with crazy dressing, mean nothing calorie wise.
yeah.
So then they get stuck with it, not stuck, but then they start losing weight because they're under calories, and it's like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm now a vegan, I'm losing this crazy weight. I feel way more better because my body can actually do what it needs to do.
Mm,
And then it comes to the point where either they start being naughty, even though they're still a vegan, because it's very easy to be naughty. You can still eat fries and stuff like that,
yeah. Yeah.
and they get a bit naughty because when you are stressed, you're like, oh, I just need some fries, or some, like, I don't know if Oreos are vegan, but Oreos, and I need
So
some of
they
this.
so they say
Oh yeah.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you do all of that, and then what happens is, because you were on a crazy calorie deficit for maybe a good period where you were actually losing weight, now your resting metabolic rate, and for anyone who doesn't know, that just means the energy your body burns all day, just being itself, lowers to try and fit the way that you live your life now. And because it
Mm,
lowered, now that you've gone back to eating crap again, maybe still vegan though, now you're actually going to put on more weight than you originally had before. And
mm.
you're going to be like, yeah, but vegan. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Saving the planet, man.
yeah, that's not the magic fix.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't even like, so yeah, talking about these extreme diets, but that's why I don't like the way some of these extreme diets, aka veganism or being a vegetarian, it's it's kind of like, yeah, you I don't know, you're kind of on your soapbox of saying like, yeah, I'm saving the planet, but realistically you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, because you think that this is the key to losing fat now, or the key to
Mm.
losing whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Except for the others that are, doing it for ethics and their morals and stuff. That's that other side of the
Mm-hmm.
coin.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, you've got the people that are cutting out that shit because they're just trying to lose body fat.
Yeah, because
It's
and
like,
and then that's the thing. That's the tricky part with it, is
mm,
those diets become synonymous with being healthy. I could
yeah,
easily destroy my health while being a vegan, easily.
yeah,
I wouldn't
hundred
even,
percent.
bro. I wouldn't. It wouldn't even take me a lot.
Yeah, my hair would fall out, my skin would get fucked. Like
Yeah,
it'd be a bad time.
yeah. Because
And
realistically, if I could live on Oreos, okay, like cool,
delicious.
delicious.
The thing is though, when people have these different experiences with taking these extreme diets, let's say Bobby's been trying to lose body fat for the past decade, 10 years, and he's had some success, let's say small success, and ends up putting more weight back on, the classic yo-yo. And then after 10 years, he sinks his teeth into keto, and all
Hmm.
of a sudden he loses a bunch of weight, and he's like, whoa, this is fucking magic. I
Yeah,
need
this
to
has been the
tell.
answer.
Yeah, and now I need to tell everybody around me. Keto's works the best. Everybody should do it. This diet is going to get you the results you want, and then you just multiply this by many, many people. I don't know a number, but that's how it's spreading, right? And
Hmm.
unless you have medical issues there, which keto can be beneficial, if you're just again, if you're just trying to do it for fat loss, like there are there are better methods, and it requires less planning. It's just a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
education, understanding what you put into your body, and then you don't have to be so extreme. Like imagine, bro, imagine you're the say you're in a big family, massive family, and you're always getting together, and you're the only person who has cut out, let's say, carbs. You've
Yeah.
gone keto, you cut that shit out. The only person, and you constantly go on to family dinners and stuff. And it's like, excuse me, grandma, can you make sure you don't cook any carbs for me?
Yeah.
Like that, having to then put those eliminations and those restrictions in place, and then go on to restaurants and be like, what's this cooked in? Can you change this for this and this and this and this?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just understanding, the macronutrient and the calorie breakdown of certain foods, and then learning to live with that, and then you don't have to cut anything out. You
Exactly.
just manage your shit, and then you can continue eating as is it's the reason, like, this and I know this, but the industry seems to not know this. The reason people have success with these diets, because you're not eating fucking healthy foods at 9 p.m. at night when you're not snacking on
Mm-hmm.
fucking carrots, man. You're eating you're eating carby shit. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
just a whole bunch of calories, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that, yeah, exactly, exactly. So at a certain point, I'm super stressed. Come back from work. I've got a pack of Oreos in the cupboard. We're not sponsored by Oreos, but if they want to, come holler at your boy.
Yeah, mate.
Holler
Yeah,
at
yeah,
your
I love
boy.
Oreos.
But yeah, I got a pack of Oreos in the cupboard. It's like 10 o'clock now. I'm eating Oreos while I'm watching Netflix, and I'm someone. If I open a pack of Oreos, I'm not eating one or two Oreos. Like, bro, the packet is done. That's why I don't keep like food like that in the house, because I know I'm gonna eat the whole packet.
Yeah.
So while I'm doing that, if I slowly, or even fast, rapidly gain weight, and then I'm like, no, I want to lose weight, and I choose an extreme diet to do so, let's say I did it right. I do it right. I lose a crazy amount of weight really quick, because that's one thing about keto is that in the long term, if you just don't go keto and just eat correctly, in the long term, you'll get the same kind of results, you
Yeah.
know? So it's a case where I've now had to eliminate pretty much all, not even pretty much, I've had to eliminate carbs. And here's the thing is you're going into training, especially if you are someone who trains, you're going into training without the energy from those carbs. So now you've
Mm,
kind of stuffed yourself in the training, so you're not getting as much from training as you were before. And then, like I said, in the long term, it's real good with keto. Like short term, like, oh, I lost this amount of weight. That's cool and all, but you didn't have to go in like you said, it's not a case where it's because I went to keto. It's a case because I fixed my diet,
yeah. Yeah.
and that's it. And then for me to go to these extreme, because extreme anything in life has its consequences. Extreme
Mm,
anything. So you can go extreme on something if you want to get there quickly, but if you need to be willing to sacrifice all the things that come with it. And with keto, I know a lot of people say, yeah, but no, I feel good. I got enough energy to do this and that, and that's cool for you. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't believe you, dude.
yeah.
Because
Nah.
I don't believe
Nah.
you've ever ate correctly to get the
Yeah.
correct amount of energy on ordinary food, on an ordinary balance.
Yeah.
Especially with training, because people I know who can do keto and do it correctly, when they train or know they're gonna have big training days, instead of going keto, they carb cycle. And
Mm,
that's not something I would recommend for everyone.
mm,
Bro, if I
yeah.
have no carbs, don't stand around me, man.
Oh,
I'm
no way,
upset
bro.
about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Moody as fuck.
I'm upset about everything. Oh, just why
Yeah.
is this here? Just you put it there. No, no, but what?
Who drank my water? You did.
You
You
did.
drank your water.
What? I don't. Oh.
Yeah. I've tried keto before when I was younger. Um, on the come up.
Oh, you jumped on the bandwagon. He
Yeah,
jumped on the
mate. This
bandwagon, ladies and gentlemen.
this was the underground days, like I mentioned before on bodybuilding.com.
Yeah.
There's so much shit in those forums, man. You go over them now and it's like dated 2010, and it's
Yeah.
just like, um, but I remember doing keto one time, and I was so irritable and so snappy, man. Like,
Mhm.
and I just end up having like a fucking breakdown. I was like, oh, it was it just, I don't, your brain is just depleted of what it needs. Like
Mm.
when you're going keto, there's, if you're thinking about it, guys, first off, don't do it. But just understand that your brain, needs a certain amount of carbs. It's determined by how much you weigh and a couple other things. But your brain, for minimal function, it needs a certain amount of carbohydrates in your system. So
Mm-hmm.
when you deplete yourself from these carbs and you cut out these carbs, you get you get irritable, you get snappy, you're a prick to be around. You get foggy, man. Like your energy that's depletes. That's the first thing you notice, and then you start to notice everything else crashing around you. Then, on the other side of that coin, you have people that just function, well, so they say, they function better without any carbs. Like, not me. I'm different to science. I broke the code, man. I broke the code. I'm
Neo,
I'm
you
a
are
gen-
the one. The
I'm
one
a
who can survive
genetic
without carbs.
a genetic anomaly. But those people, it's more a case of, like what you said before, they just didn't eat properly in the first place, and they
Mm-hmm.
would just overdo it, and they'd sit down to, like, this is just an example, an exaggerated example, but they'd sit down to a kilo of pasta. It's like, man, if anyone eats a kilo of pasta that isn't
Yeah.
currently depleted, like if you're depleted, you could probably eat a kilo of pasta and you wouldn't need a nap. But if you were to just, wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna eat a kilo of pasta,
Yeah.
you're gonna need a fucking nap. And that's normal, man. That's an overload. You're gonna feel groggy and you're gonna feel shit.
Go in a bit more detail about what you mean by depleted.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you consume your carbohydrates, you're building up a slight storage of your glycogen. Your glycogen is responsible. It's pretty much your first line of energy. When you've got that in the system, you're able to function as a human. When you go into training, you need a little bit more, and it becomes more important to have enough carbohydrates because you're not only fueling your body for its day-to-day activity, now you're putting on extra stress. So if you are a training athlete, not an athlete, just a person that's training, then you're going to have some form of carb depletion, because unlike fats and protein, in which we can store for longer and we can store more of, your carbohydrates don't have that liberty. So when you're depleting your carbs, you need to refuel those. You need to replenish them. Otherwise, I'm sure anyone listening, if you've ever done a really hard workout and you just sat there like a shell of a human, you got you just that's depleted. That's the depleted feeling. You sat there like, fuck, what just happened?
Yeah.
That is depleted, and that's where getting liquid carbs in straight away can make you feel much better. Like, I like a watermelon shake after that kind of thing, because you start to feel human again
Oh, I
pretty
do like a
quickly.
watermelon shake.
Mate, watermelon shakes,
Shout
that's
out
the
to the
key, the
watermelons.
key.
Yeah.
That, them and Oreos.
Yeah, and that's why, because I'm sure a common phrase, it's a phrase I knew before I trained. I don't know if it's a common phrase, but the whole carb loading thing comes from, and it's just about getting that, make sure the stores are storing, get them in there,
Yeah.
because and that's why you said the thing about the pasta, because once you're depleted, some people can then replenish the stores by eating a lot of pasta. But
Yeah, yeah.
if you're not needing it and you just sit there and eat all that pasta, oftentimes you know the feeling of after, and people who then switch from that to a keto immediately will be like, oh, I feel so much lighter. Yeah,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. Seems so simple, right? Seems so simple. But,
Mm,
nonetheless, people think that it's the keto diet that is that magic
yeah.
that's
Do you know
doing
do you
that.
know any more extreme diets?
That's pretty much the only one I want to address, like, right now,
Mm-hmm.
because it seems like, we want to talk about the trends and the bars and stuff, and that seems to be the one that's poking its head up again
Yeah.
at the moment. There are, of course, there's many diets. I mean, I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but a diet doesn't necessarily mean fat loss. Let's make that clear. Your
Yeah.
diet it consists of the nutrition you eat on a daily basis. Your intentions of how you eat determine if you lose fat, if you stay the same, or if you increase your performance, put on muscle, whatever. The diet does not automatically mean fat loss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing, is it's so synonymous with fat loss that even if
Mm,
you hardly had any fat on you and you said, yeah, I'm on a diet, they're like, people look at you insane. But it's like, no, I'm specifically eating this to make sure this happens, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's the point.
exactly.
And even if you didn't want anything to happen, just your food in general and how you eat is your diet. That's what it means, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And I'll preach that every single day because that's been dragged through the mud as well, right?
Big time,
Like,
man.
yeah, and whenever someone associates like, oh no, I'm on a diet, you know they're talking about fat loss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
it, and but it's like that's not the only that's not what a diet means.
And
Um,
even in that case, because like for instance, right now we are talking about extreme diets,
mm,
and not in terms of fat loss, just extreme diets in any sense. And when it comes to extreme diets, we're not saying that even if you don't plan on losing weight, that you should have your diet like ironclad, planned out, yada yada. But you kind
mm,
of need to have an idea of what you're eating and when you're eating it. If you kind of want to either stay the same, like you said before, stay the same, gain muscle, go for performance, or get the most out of performance, and or lose fat. You know,
mm.
so it's not a case where like yes, everybody should have a diet and know exactly what they eat always, forever and ever. Amen. It's just a case of why go extreme if you don't even have a basic concept of what's going on,
Yeah,
you know? And
yeah.
yeah, it's the joke we make about like doing or learning how to do backflips when you don't even really know how to squat properly yet. It's just
Struggling to get out of a chair.
yeah. No, but I want to learn
Shoot,
how to backflip.
shoot for the moon, shoot for the moon. So I like, would you agree that instead of, searching for these magic or these extreme diets and alternatives to how people are currently eating, that they just educate themselves on what a calorie is, what macronutrients are, and what micronutrients are,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then go from there?
And that's the thing is like in a lot of cases, I don't even think I personally don't believe people need to be hardcore when it comes to micronutrients, aka vitamins and minerals. Because
Mm,
in my opinion, it's a case where if you are eating clean and a balanced diet, as in a diet where you are choosing different foods and sorry, not a balance and a diet of variety. All right, so we had to take a break. I'm back from my gibberish. My camera went a bit funny, but we are back. I was saying before that I don't believe anyone should really go so hardcore when it comes to their micronutrients. As long as you're getting a balanced diet, making sure you're eating loads of your vegetables and mixing up the foods, make sure you can get some slow burning carbs, yada yada yada. But yeah, you're right. Just figure out how much calories your body needs, and
mm,
then try to eat towards that. And then after you've kind of mastered that, try and up the protein. Try and get the protein to where it needs to be. And to be honest, for me, bro, I only look at the protein number. I'm like, cool, that's how much protein I need. And then I
yeah,
just go from there because I'm going to eat carbs. I'm going to eat fats. There's no ways I'm going to be under number in fat or carbs. It's going to
yeah,
happen.
for
Um,
sure.
and even with the protein, it's not like I'm like, oh, I was a gram off today.
Yeah, yeah. That's another side, that when you do start working on how many calories you need and how much protein you need and carbs and fats, or a macro split, whatever you want to call it, whichever ones you focus on, it doesn't have to be 100%. It doesn't have to be 100%. That's, if people are sort of waiting and just trying to get that stuff exactly perfect every day, you're going to have many headaches and you're going to lose
The
interest.
stress
Like,
level is ridiculous.
yeah,
That would be so stressful, bro.
oh, but there's people that do that, outside of bodybuilders trying to get on a stage, where if they want to look the best, like, I don't agree with that fitness, as a sport and as a health practice. Um, but if they want to look the best while they're on stage, like, they have to be, pretty anal with what they're eating.
And that's the thing. Is like you said, it's on the stage. They're doing it for a reason. It's a part of the whole whatever just the whole thing. I'm not really
Mm,
into it, but they are. So and
mm,
they compete in it. So cool. But
yeah, do your thing.
outside of that, because unfortunately a lot of them become coaches and
Yeah,
PTs, and because they kind of have that ingrained in them in terms of you needed to cut, so this is how you did it. So
yeah,
now your clients can do it like this. And unfortunately,
yeah,
it's just not realistic. It's just
yeah.
not the
Nah,
way forward. And I get that it worked for you because you competed in this and your whole life was surrounded by this and people who were into that too. like you said before, I can't imagine my grandma is really, really nice. Really
Yep.
nice. But I can never imagine saying to her, "Hey, grandma, can you make sure you give me exactly this amount of grams of this or that?" Or let me even turn that down. I can't imagine saying, "Grandma, can you make specifically this?" Not even the measurements, just like this. And I don't want any rice, and I don't want any this, and I don't. When the plate comes, there's gonna be rice, there's
Yeah.
gonna be corn, there's gonna be gravy, there's gonna be like all of that. And you think I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. This is against my diet, or I'm only gonna eat the parts I asked for? No way, man.
Yeah, no,
No
no.
way.
Grandma doesn't give a shit. Grandma,
Grandma don't care.
grandma's house. She's serving whatever she wants.
And that's the thing is like, because I've even trained people that were a part of that life before, and a lot of the time they're like, they've kind of let it go for a few years now, and they were like, oh yeah, I used to be a fitness model, or blah blah blah, and not Instagram fitness model, I mean like get on a stage with a bikini and stuff. And one thing for them, they were like, yeah, the whole point of like, you, even if you do go out for dinner, which is rare, you go out for dinner with people and you're like, you bring your scale, or not only
Yeah.
you just look at the menu to see what you can actually order, or you just don't really order anything, or your friends are like, they're like, oh, let's just have one glass of wine, or let's order a bottle, or, and you're
Mm.
sitting there like, no, it's okay, I'll just have my water, please. Like,
Yeah, I'm still fun. I'm still fun. Fuck off, mate.
and
You're
and
not.
and that's the thing is like, so now you're kind of missing out on this whole aspect of life. And maybe you're someone who just so cares so much about how they look and always cared about how they look, but now you're missing out on all that fun because of how you look. Or
Mm.
you looked a certain way, okay, you maybe had too much fun, and now you're just like hitting the brakes on fun altogether. It's not going to be
Mm.
sustainable. You're someone who's used to having all the fun in the world anytime they maybe got a bit emotional or anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's extreme
Yeah.
in anything. I don't believe in extreme in anything, even
No.
training.
No. Yeah, no. It's just unnecessary. And those that are extreme, they have an extreme reason to do it. Like in that scenario, the bodybuilding side, like it's an extreme sport. You're literally pushing your body to low levels of body fat that your body does not like and begins to shut down. That's an extreme sport in itself, and it takes extreme measures. So if you are not doing something extreme, why would you put your body through that
Mm-hmm.
stress? It's
Mm-hmm.
just fucking not necessary. And I want to go back to what you said before, where we're talking about what you should do and start with your calories. Like, find out how many calories you're burning a day. If you head over to Sean Thomas
Oh, this, yeah, my
Mugen.coach,
man.
go to his website. He has a calorie calculator that you can bang in, put it in there, all the good stuff, your height, your weight, your sex, age, and then your levels of activity as well. And that will tell you how many calories to aim for. And then of course that's not 100%. You might be a little bit different, play around with it. That's the beauty of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
individuality, right? Like, play around with that. But that's where you want to start, and learn what the fuck a calorie is, and and a macronutrient. Like, that's don't go so extreme that you don't need to cut out shit.
Yeah, 100%. First off, shout out to you. That shout out was phenomenal, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And secondly, no, yeah, yeah, everything's right. Learn what a calorie is, and even anytime you use a calculator, even mine, uh, always, always, always use that as the base, and then work around that. And you don't need to be extreme. You don't need to be extreme in terms of not only the numbers, but even the time frame. If you are trying to lose weight and you've dropped the calories and you're not losing weight, okay, am I sleeping enough? Am I drinking enough water? How's my stress? If all of
Mm,
those are kind of okay or doing all right, then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna drop by 100, 200 more just to see what happens, and give it some time. If nothing happened over 3 days, don't be like, just where's the keto at? Like, no, give it some time, see where it goes.
yeah.
And yeah, they'll come, because another thing that we must talk about, we're not going to talk about it now, but is reverse dieting.
Mm,
In terms of not talking s about it, I actually believe in it, but in a case of, breaking those plateaus and blah blah blah, because now everything's so sexy and so like, oh, you got to trick the body into this and that, and it's not that deep and it's not that serious.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll definitely tackle that on another episode. For this episode, bro, that is about it from my end. What do you reckon?
Nah, we're all good on this side. We're all
Yeah.
good on this side.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys listening have learned some shit today. This is Jamie Beasley. You can find me at Jamie Bees on Insta. And of course, on the other end, we've got
Sean Thomas. I am Mugen, MUGEN .coach on Instagram. And that is another episode of, we don't really have a name yet, but we're going to get one soon. Promise. And yeah, peace.
See you later. Thanks for listening.
Oreos, holla at your boy.